Welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome into the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. I am one half of your host and virtual bartender, Mr. Nick Teodoro. Joining me, as always, is my tag team partner in life, my wife, Miss Nicole. Nicole, what are you having this evening?
Oh, Mr. Nick, I am having my usual Tito's cocktail, and I need you to tell me what you're drinking and our three things for the show.
Well, I'm drinking my usual red wine, Seven Oaks Cabernet today. Well, Liv Morgan continues her seduction of Dominic Mysterio. The Bloodline is rising on SmackDown, and we've got Clash at the Castle predictions. It's Friday, June 14th, 2024. This is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. What's up, everybody? Welcome back in. If you're new here, hit the old like and subscribe button. We love having you. If you're an existing regular, thanks for coming back. So, we open with the ladies. We always love our ladies. Liv Morgan seducing Dominic Mysterio. Nikki, we've got a lot to talk about.
We do.
But
first,
in case you missed it, let's catch you up. Very, very risque. We are no longer PG, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's bring it back. Liv Morgan continues her path towards the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, which includes now Dominic Mysterio. Nikki, what are your thoughts?
I'm loving it, but let's get into it. So, the first instance of there's a couple little, I don't want to say skits, but segments throughout the night. Dom walks into the clubhouse, and there's Liv sitting in the clubhouse, and Dom's like, no. And she's like, I really want to see you later. And she holds up her hotel key and slams it into his chest. And then she starts, kind of talking dirty to him. So basically called him gorgeous. And it was like, a gorgeous man shouldn't be with a girl who makes him call her mommy. A gorgeous man should be with the girl that calls him daddy. And
who's not afraid to make her call her daddy.
Yeah. So then she basically was like, I'll see you later.
And then she leaves her hotel room.
Yeah. She's like, if you change your mind, I'll be in my hotel room waiting. And then, Dom just tosses, and pay attention to this, kids. He tosses the key on the table. That kind of ends segment 1.
Yeah, so, again, he wants nothing to do with her. He's resisting her at this point in time in her advances.
So the next scene, Carlito, JD, and Finn come back to the clubhouse. And Dom's sitting in a chair, and it's this perfect framing of the banner that they have behind him is you see the Rhea. So it's Rhea is looking at Dom. And he's like, Liv was back here. I told her to get out, that I wanted nothing to do with her, but she gave me this. And it was the reaction of the three guys was so great. JD covered his mouth. Finn was and then Carlito just kind of smiled, and he's like, that's cool. And Finn's like, no, not cool.
So that actually brings up a good point. So Carlito's been unofficially with the Judgment Day now for a little while. And it kind of reminds me the last couple of weeks, the whole integration of Judgment Day, they've had like R-Truth and some comic relief always kind of with them, trying to join up with them. And it adds just like a nice element to the Judgment Day. And I'm wondering, like, does it, like, it makes it fun, but does it make it too hokey for them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be like, and they can't be taken as seriously.
I mean, they weathered through the R-Truth hokiness. I like Carlito with them. I don't really mind it.
The one thing I will say is that, against to counter my own point,
Okay.
to counter my own point is that, like, Sami Zayn was kind of comic relief for the Bloodline for however long, so and that kind of worked out. So if you do it like you do, like they did with Sami, not that you're going to go like that crazy, but like if you find a way to get, I would like to see Carlito get something out of this, you know, like some sort of little mini push. Not that he's gonna be like world champion or Intercontinental champion or anything like that, but it'd be nice for him to get. They signed him after that Puerto Rico event, and then
so at least he's doing something. I don't know. I like them. I like the 4 of them, 5 of them. We'll see how this goes after this weekend, but I like them together. Then another scene. Damian Priest comes in, and then Finn's like, "Oh, what's wrong, big guy?" And he calls Dom out for not coming out. So Damian Priest and Drew kind of opened the show, and then JD, Finn, and Carlito came out, but there was no Dom, and that's how Dom finds her in the clubhouse earlier. And then he's like, "Oh, you don't come out with us?" And then I hear like you have a hotel room key, and he's like, "No, like I don't have it. It's we left it on the table." And then you see it's like not on the table. And then Carlito's like, "Oh, we gotta get ready for a match. Bye." And then Carlito, JD, and Dom leave.
So can I?
Well, because then Priest looks at Finn and he's like, "I didn't take it." And then Priest was like, "What, did you just walk away?" And then it cuts to the match.
So if you catch it earlier in the night, you can see Finn Balor.
He takes the car key.
Yeah. So Finn takes the key. So, well, I'm not going to ask the question yet. Let's keep going.
So they goes to the match. It's Dragon Lee, Ray, and Strowman, which, okay. First, Carlito, JD McDonough, and Dom.
Well, Dragon Lee is the new Ricochet now. I feel like...
because they did the stand on the shoulder flippy-do thing.
Yeah, you mentioned that when we were watching it live, and then also now with the rumors that Ricochet is not re-signing, I can see now Dragon Lee getting the Ricochet, the high flyer push that they always give to everybody. Like, Kofi, Evan Bourne, remember him for a period of time?
Matt said, "Oh, he's an AEW, he's fine."
Yeah, he's getting great. He'll be a mid-card. He'll be a champion soon enough.
Yeah, sure. So
hold on, hold that thought. We're getting a bunch of new people in. So
hello.
Yeah, if you're new, feel free to hit the old like and subscribe, comment in, let us know what you're thinking about. We're talking about Liv Morgan, but pro wrestling, anything pro wrestling. So hit the old She forgot I did that. So if you're not awake, you're awake now.
Seriously. So at the match, at this point, and now I hear myself saying so, and it's bothering me. But anywho, Dom, I don't know if he breaks up a pin or breaks up a move, but now he's not the legal man, but he's in the ring. And then of course, Liv gets on the apron, and like. Just stand me. I don't think she really did. She want to?
No, well, she gets up as they're mid-match. Like you knew that they were cutting to her coming because they did a close-up of Dom, and you knew once they did that close-up of Dom, something was happening because Dom like cleared the ring. I forget what happened. He cleared the ring, but and then she like rises up on the apron, kind of like what he's been doing with her matches last.
So then he sneaks out of the bottom rope, and when he's standing like with Nick Cho, and he's like telling her to get out of here, leave, we don't want you here, go. And then Zelina Vega, it hits Liv from behind. Liv goes flying, and oh no, who guesses there to catch her? Dirty Dom. Oh, I caught you. Oh, we hit the mat. Oh, now you're straddling me. And then she starts laughing, she flips her hair, and then she starts caressing his body. And then Zelina comes, rips her off, they start fighting, and then JD McDonough pulls Liv away from Zelina. And then that leads for the good guys to tag in Strowman, and that leads to the end of the match. Carlito takes a pin, there's no Finn, there's no JD.
Yeah, a lot to that is in this section. So a couple things. Now I think what we've seen, she falls off the apron, and she's knocked off by Zelina Vega, and then after she does this whole straddling deal, she ends up getting beat up by, well, not beat up, but attacked by Zelina.
Yeah,
afterwards.
She rips him off, Dom, and then they start going at it, and then JD rips Liv off away from Zelina.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is now with, again, a couple pay-per-views, well, really one pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, before SummerSlam. Yes, Hydra, the PG era is definitely over. Yeah, with Liv doing all this, I think that now her next challenger at Money in the Bank is going to be Zelina, which is perfect, like mid.
Yeah, we'll have a fun match.
Yeah, like a transition. That was the word I was looking for. A transitional opponent, main opponent, because they're going to have a good match.
Yeah. But no, it makes sense. If kind of LWO is feuding with the Judgment Day, Liv is trying to associate with the Judgment Day, then have Zelina go after. And I think Zelina hasn't had a title shot since the Puerto Rico show, which is over a year now. So I love Zelina. I love when
former Queen Zelina.
Yeah, I don't know if you probably don't have the photo, but when the LWO and Strowman win, he holds up their hand and then he like yanks up Zelina, and she's like, "Whoa!" So that was funny.
yeah. Someone took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, but it's super funny. So I'm fine with that being a match at Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah. I would be the title match at Money in the Bank. That's what I'm thinking.
Where's Money in the Bank at?
Isn't it Vegas? Vegas. I think Vegas. I'll double check, but
okay.
But yeah, WWE.
I was just thinking it's not another international one. Or the next international one after Clash.
It's actually in Toronto. I was way off. So Samsonite. I was way off.
North America. But
yeah.
Not,
I was
still not US, so I think the next US one would be SummerSlam.
I had the right continent.
Because it's Clash, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Berlin.
Sounds. I'm going to say yes.
I thought you wrote it down somewhere.
Probably, but I forgot it.
Anywho's, but I don't know.
It brings me this question. Well, I have two questions about this whole Liv seduction of Dom. A, is Liv really after Dom, or is she just trying? Again, is it this mommy thing? Is she really just trying to claim everything from Rhea? And question two, if that's not the case, to your point from earlier and about the key card and who pulled who off of who.
I told you my theory.
Are Finn Balor and Liv Morgan secret allies?
I said, again, someone correct me, Steven, and somebody it was the pay-per-view. It's when Christian and Jericho were trying to fight over who can get with Trish, and then Trish winds up making out with Christian at the top of the ramp, or whatever mania that was. I think that's what this might be. I think she's only using Dom to mess with Rhea. And I think at the end of it, she's going to be making out with Finn Balor at some point. Because I said to you, I was like, that's like, at least talking about, getting couples together. Mm. Like, I don't, Finn and Liv Morgan, that's a pretty hot couple.
I see that.
I think.
Also.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut off. Finish your point. And then
I was just going to say, I think this would make more of a cement a heel. I don't want to say heel turn for Finn, but I think now I think the Judgment Day is basically going to break up, and this will turn him more. If he runs off with Liv, I think this makes him more of like a heel turn than like the jokey, smarmy heel that I feel like he's being. More like
Lisa says, Rhea's going to kill you.
Basically.
Yes.
But I think maybe this will lead him to more of like that Prince NXT heel.
Well, what would be nice too is if they do end up going this route of keeping Priest champion for a while, then your next challenger could very well be Finn, and it's already built in, right?
Yeah, that could be the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah. So it'd be really interesting to see. We got a bunch of people chiming in. Are Finn Balor and Liv Morgan secret lovers, allies?
Maybe I just want to see them make out. I don't know. I'm good. I'd rather see her with Finn than her with Dom,
Yeah. Well.
Then
Yeah.
Dom's
That's fair.
left with nobody. You try to double dip, sir.
Well,
Greedy makes a hungry dog.
it'd be interesting. I still think it would be kind of funny if after all of this, like Buddy Matthews comes back in, and actually just like.
I'm into that too.
Yeah, I mean, she said Rhea said that she thinks that he needs to be back there anyway, and then they both kind of acknowledge that. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting. So we want to hear from all you. Let's get through some of these comments. I can't wait when Rhea's back and she's back to live. Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
Agreed, Lise.
It's gonna be a good.
And unfortunately, like they're saying that she's not gonna be ready for SummerSlam. So how long can they? I don't know. Berlin. But I don't know. That's only a couple weeks after SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I don't know what's the.
You got to do
what
like
Survivor.
Survivor. No, it would.
Are you gonna wait till Rumble and so you have that match at WrestleMania and she gets the belt back at Mania? Are you gonna hold it that long? I'm like, I wouldn't be bad at it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if the storyline fits, who else is a credible challenger to the belt at this point in time? Like, I don't know that.
I don't know the women's roster for all the top of my head.
Yeah. I mean, we got a bunch of people in chat. Let us know who do you think is the next challenger for Liv Morgan. When do you want to see Liv Morgan? If it's not going to be at SummerSlam, when do you want to see it? And again, as you're new chiming in here, hit the old like and subscribe. The old Samoan spike on the like. That's how we do it here.
So aggressive.
That's how we do things here. Just very aggressive at all hours.
Speaking of aggressive.
Hold on. Lisa said, no, the queen needs to come back. Lisa, there is only one queen of the ring.
Yes, queen.
You all know who that is. Queen Nia. Get used to it. And could be champion. Down women's champion by the end of the first one. Think about that.
Yeah, I know. It's going to suck.
Which brings us to...
I like my segue better.
Topic... Probably better. Who knows? Give us a comment. Whose segue is better? But which brings us to our SmackDown topic of the evening. The Bloodline has risen 2.0. What is going on here? What are these comments?
Lisa said, not my queen. I'm like, girl, preach.
Well, you have to deal with it. Regardless, if you missed it on Friday, because it was a week ago and we forget things. I forget what I did yesterday. The Bloodline and Solo Sikoa has risen. So let's take you back.
Put your ones up.
To last week. Throw them up.
Throw them up. Throw them up.
Solo Sikoa is now the acting tribal chief. Nikki, how did we get here?
So SmackDown opens last week with Heyman coming out saying, as the wise man, it is up to him to set things straight. And until Roman returns, Solo is head of the table. And with that, he's making a double proclamation. Tama Tonga is now the right-hand man. And if y'all don't remember, that was Jay's title when Roman was sitting at the head of the table. And then the second proclamation was entering Tonga into the bloodline. And at first he goes, and to this man, because they're making it seem like Tonga's like they're the crazy one. So he's now the infamous I always say it wrong.
The infamous Tungaloa.
Because they changed it from whatever it was. It's like a whatever.
I'm calling him Tungaloa.
So now he's infamous. He hugged Solo and him hug, and then Heyman is like, "All right, thank you, everyone. Good night, bye." And then Solo's like, "Whoa! Like, don't you have something else to say?" And he's like, "No, right hand man, infamous." Goodbye, like what? And he's like, don't you think you should thank them for saving you last week from KO? And then his great Heyman mumble, like, oh, thank you so much. Like, thank you for saving me. Thank you for saving me. And then Tama was like, we could have let him kill you, but we saved you from orders of the tribal chief.
So, first off, Heyman plays a perfect hostage.
Chef's kiss, chef's
kiss. You see, like
kiss
the whole way he's been doing it, like, and even like his speech, like, please, like, Mr. Right Hand Man, and like, I just love it. Heyman's just phenomenal. So the fact that he comes out and it puts this over to a whole other level. My question, I guess, is so now is Roman? I mean, should we assume Roman's officially a face now? Because everyone's like, we want Roman. Is this just kind of a...
I wrote that in my notes. Like, I really don't... We wanted... I get mad because we just love Cody more. We wanted him to go away so bad. We wanted Cody to be champion. And, like, a day later, everyone's like, Roman, where are you? Come back. You're the best. And I was like, wait, like, what? Slow down. Like, obviously, we don't hate him like we did for, like, 2016. But I'm not ready for him to be back on my street yet. I don't. Well, I do like when Heyman's like, he's like, I miss him more than anyone would know.
Like, yeah, I mean, I guess you assume that he's coming back, but like the idea is that the Bloodline's a heel group. So, and he left as a heel. So I know you can come back as a face, like absence makes the heart grow fonder, that whole deal. But I don't know. It's just kind of presumed.
Soon. And I also don't like that they're chanting Solo sucks.
Well, no, he's a heel.
I know, but I just wanted him to have some encouragement, so he's good.
That's encouragement. He's getting over.
It's true. I guess that is true. Steven's a pickle.
Heyman is amazing overall. I agree.
And that kind of leads to like the second part of that when he's like, oh, thank you. And he's like, now it's time to return the favor for my family. And he's like, I got here early. Here to do I wrote it down because I didn't want to mess it up because I thought it was super funny. He's like, I got here very early today to do what a wise man does, doing wise man things. And then he's like, all I hear is that, KO's looking to get a piece of any and every member of the Bloodline. And then, of course, you say his name, and then KO comes out. And then they get into their
usual brawl, which
because he goes after I put in my notes I put God because in my head they're Guerrillas of Destiny and it's easier to type out. So he starts fighting them and then Solo comes in, so then he's attacking Solo and then God comes and then it's the 3-on-1 beatdown and then Street Profits come out and that leads to your 6-man tag at the end of the night.
Which so it kind of is a precursor because they end up using steel chairs in the beginning of the fight, and then at the end of the night, we play back to the old weapon of choice for every wrestler, the steel chair.
Old reliable.
But so one thing I noted, and I don't know if anyone else thinks this, but like I was a little disappointed. Like I want to see like God like with the war paint that they used to wear in New Japan.
True. Oh yeah, I do. Well, I have his little the micro brawlers in the other room. I don't know. I hope they maybe like a Finn Balor thing, or they just do it for pay-per-view. I know like Tama had a match already, but I think like maybe big pay-per-views they break it out.
Ed says we'll get the paint eventually. Well, so like you said, Finn Balor. Like it could be.
Oh, save it for Survivor Series when they do the War Games match.
Yeah, like a war paint. Yeah, that would be a special occasion type deal. I could see that. I just think the whole idea of like so like, and this is weird to me too because Solo was the enforcer of the Bloodline. So now he's the leader, and the idea behind someone being the leader of the stable, right? Like, is that the other tag team people are protecting that person in theory, right? Like Adam Cole, like every stable, it's always like the main eventer is getting protected by everybody else around them. Like Bloodline, same thing. It's just weird to me. It's a weird dynamic when you have a guy like Solo, who's supposed to be an enforcer, supposed to be like a big, strong guy, and then having his own protectors. To me, it's like they built up Solo kind of like Brock Lesnar-ish. And to kind of put him in the group. Like, it's just a weird dynamic. That's all I'm saying.
I counterpoint to you, sir. The way that they're making them seem like Heyman's like terrified of them. And there's Infamous, and he can't even call him a gentleman. He's a man. And, you know, like that's what they used when he wasn't at King of the Ring. Like, there's like, oh, he couldn't clear customs. We couldn't even get him into the country or whatever. Or was it France? Wherever they were at. They're like, oh, we can't even get him over here. And that's how bad he is. And I think it's kind of a slower build or pickup, or I think right now maybe we are plateauing. But I don't know. I think they're making it's like, oh, Solo's so dangerous, so we have to get even crazier people to protect him, and that's why like Tom is like a jittery chihuahua, like barking at people.
So it brings up the question then, since he's the acting tribal chief, will Solo relinquish power when Roman returns? Is this the War Games Bloodline feud that we were expecting? I know we talked about maybe it was The Rock that was going to somehow get involved in this. Is this I don't know. I thought The Rock was going to somehow get involved with it. You know, maybe we didn't do it on the show. But
this is my new theory about, because they're saying their brother Hikuleo is done with his New Japan dates, and they trademarked some name that was people are thinking it's him. So I think it's Solo, Tama, Tonga, Hikuleo versus Roman, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu. That's your 4 and 4.
So say again.
Solo, Tama, Tonga, Hikuleo.
So you think Hikuleo, not
I think Hikuleo. There you go. Thank you, Ed. I know because Cultaholic was making a joke because he's so tall. He's like, it's taller Tonga.
Taller Tonga.
But it's also
that is
like
a
his
great
actual
one.
like they were saying it's like his actual like middle name is something like that. But I think it'd be so the three like Haku's 3 kids and Solo versus Roman, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu.
That's fair.
That is my bold prediction. How many months out we are from Survivor Series?
So mark it down on June 14th, 6/14/24.
That's what I'm calling.
That's the match Nikki's calling.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what you think. Type it in. Phone lines are open if anyone wants to call in. We're going to take calls as we get through the third segment like we usually do, which is our predictions. So, Nikki.
Yes, sir.
Any other last thoughts on the Bloodline rising on SmackDown?
Yeah, I think I'm still excited to see. I'm still rooting for Solo. I think we got a lot of time before Roman comes back, because there was rumors that he was supposed to come back to SmackDown before Survivor Series, but apparently that's been nixed. So we got time.
Sorry, Ed's got another good one. I can't wait for Swoggle to come back as Smalla Tonga.
Well, boo.
Good job, Ed. Touche.
But yeah, no, and it's just like, I know people, it's not as a sizzle as it was like with, Roman first kind of making this, and then when he would come back and be a big thing. But I feel like they're the little engine that could, and I'm rooting for them.
Well, we'll see how this all works. Works out again. If it gets over one, I feel like Tom is going to be the one who gets over more than Solo. I really do. In this
I really like him. My concern, I guess, I think Solo needs a big pay-per-view match win.
Yeah. Well.
I mean,
he's been winning. He won over Cena.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
I know. Well, he'll get one. I'm
just saying, like, thinking post-Mania, then he wasn't on the France card. He wasn't at King of the Ring, and now he's not at Clash.
Yeah, but you can still build.
I know.
You can build up people with storylines and
maybe
things
he
like
needs
that.
a bigger on a bigger.
Well,
than winning a 6-man tag at the main on SmackDown.
I know what he's been doing when he's not been on the pay-per-views. He's been hitting the old Samoan spike on the light. Perfect segue. Perfect segue. I'm getting decent at these.
You're so good, babe. So proud of you, babe.
Your sarcasm never ceases to amaze me.
Guys, let's go.
Ugh, unbelievable. Anyway, we move on to our third topic of the evening, which is our predictions. 5 matches on the card for Clash at the Castle. In case you're unaware or forgot some of them, because I did too. It's back. Clash at the Castle, Scotland. Gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a barn burner. So, we start with what we think will be the opening match, which is a rarity. The WWE Undisputed Championship.
We're not.
Cody Rhodes defending in an I Quit match against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Nikki, your thoughts and your prediction?
I'm glad they circled back around to them because I think they're no pun intended. Their match was phenomenal at France. I think it makes it better that it's like a stipulation. So I think they're not to say they can't, but that match in France was so good that was like the wrestling match. And now let's have a match that's still going to be good, but have some shenanigans. Because I think you can't. I don't think, not that it hurts AJ, but I don't think another straight up wrestling match and a straight up pin is, well, besides, like a straight up pin. Like, I feel like AJ because Cody's winning, like, hello. But I think you need a different way for AJ to lose. And I think he's going to put the Kimura lock on AJ and win that.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting.
Because he's done it before. He put it on Roman at Mania. He put on the Kimura. It's not like Brock's here using it. So I think he wins with the Kimura.
It's an interesting. First off, I love the stipulation on this. Again, just the idea that the whole, fake retirement deal, and he came out and had this whole emotional ceremony. And this is the next logical step after he just completely turned on him. I love it. I just hate it. Like, I always hate this because I feel like it makes I Quit matches make someone look just really bad in some ways. Like, I hate I Quit matches for that reason. It's just like, unless it's like a skittish heel, I don't love it in any stretch because I just feel like it makes it so weak. It's like, I quit. I give up on everything. Like, tapping out's one thing, but like, I don't know, the I quit, saying the words to me kind of diminishes a wrestler a little bit, but I don't know.
I think that's old Vince McMahon
thinking.
I'm hoping that Triple H can come up with a better, like, I have to be like, AJ's arm is about to be ripped out of his socket in that Kimura, or I'm going to break, you're going to be broken if you do not say I quit right now.
What if?
I hope it takes that intensity level.
You know what he might do? He might put AJ Styles' son in the Kimura lock. Remember he was talking about, he's like, I wasn't home for my son. He's like, I quit. Nobody?
No, that's a Vince McMahon thing now.
Ugh, unbelievable. I tried.
Oh, scoop. The Roman J match. It was like he said I quit because they were hurting Jimmy. Like, I don't know. I feel like to make this make sense, I really think AJ has to be in such pain and such turmoil that, like, at the last second, he says, "I quit." I don't want it to be. I don't know. I'm excited. Like,
so two other questions that I have. So one, because they were involved in the retirement angle last week, do the Good Brothers get involved in this match? I don't know. What does everyone think? Do the Good Brothers get involved? I quit for no DQ, right? So they could.
I could care less either way. Kobe's winning. So do you want him to be the ultimate, even more of a babyface to get through the club and beat up the Good Brothers? No.
It would look stronger. He would look stronger. Again, he's getting senized.
Don't say that.
No, I mean, I don't say that's a bad thing because he's much better, but like,
I did not like John Cena for so long. I don't want that stink.
And like, there's reports that supposedly, like, there's a PW Insider or Dave Meltzer, I think, came out like that there was reports that like some people are unhappy with the momentum of Cody, which so far as champion, which I think is absolutely ridiculous.
Who, like backstage or like fans?
I think backstage type stuff, but again, who knows with some of these dirt sheets and things like that. But I'm happy. I think Cody's done a great job. It's hard to be a babyface in today's wrestling, in professional wrestling today. It really is. So I just think Cody is the top babyface, and he's a babyface that doesn't piss me off. Like John Cena pissed me off as a babyface. It's just like, I don't want to deal with you for the longest time. And then like, at least Cody, you're like, you respect what he's doing. And I don't know. It was just easier. But let us know who you got. I also have Cody in this, just to say. I don't think Cody's dropping the belt, just to kind of clarify. Yeah. Cody, Ed says Cody is Cena. He's Hogan.
Brother.
Ed agrees with me. Cody overcomes OC for the win. I think it makes sense. To just have them. They were out there. Why? They're not doing anything else. They're on NXT every once in 3 months because we're not using them. So,
yep, Cody wins.
So we're in agreement. Now we move on to the women's title match. Bayley is defending against Piper Niven, who I know is a favorite of ours here.
I love Piper Niven. I'm sorry. Bayley's not dropping the belt here. Unfortunately, she's dropping it to my least favorite person in the history of ever at SummerSlam.
Wait. Who is she dropping it to? Who is she dropping it to?
Yes, Queen.
The Queen.
But yeah, no, Bayley's not dropping it yet. There was no build to this remotely. I think they'll have a great match. I very much love Piper. I wish they did better things, and I hope they have such a good match that this kind of propels her maybe up the card or doing bigger things. I still think, unfortunately, she still kind of has that little bit of like dewdrop stink on her. I don't know. I was so excited for her to come in, and they're like, I'm not even going to go there. But there hasn't really been a build up to this. I'm worried that Chelsea is going to do Piper. I'm hoping Piper will get like a visual pin, but Chelsea accidentally distracts the ref and something happens, and then Bayley wins. But I don't think they're taking the belt off Bayley at this point.
I feel like, I hate to say it, I don't want to like shame, but like Piper Niven is like Nia Light. Like that's kind of what like they're prepping her for Nia. So like this is her like, all right, you can overcome someone who's like 3 times as large as you, and you know, and like she's gonna look stronger going into the Nia bout. But I also think what's kind of interesting is that like usually the matches like. You're gonna cringe when I say this, but like compare Nia to like Brock Lesnar, right? She's a bigger like they're like not Andre like the bigger like they're taller like almost like they're the giants of the wrestling world. The matches that they have, it's always like an epic David Goliath type thing where how they get put down, and it's always like destruction, right? Like epic destruction type deal. That being said, and this is more not this paper, but SummerSlam, like I could potentially see, you know, whoever wins, Bayley, Nia, the Money in the Bank winner cashing in on them after SummerSlam. and that being the new feud for maybe Bailey chases that person, or I don't know. I think the next challenger is the Money in the Bank winner, the next serious contender. I don't know. I don't think Nia is going to win the belt or carry it beyond SummerSlam. But in terms of this match, I agree with you. I can we get a little respect on our girl Piper's name? But I do love her with Chelsea Green. That dynamic is phenomenal. But I agree with you. I don't think our girl Piper is getting anywhere. And I think Bailey is going to once again retain.
Bailey is also our girl and our cat.
Yeah, so we can't go against that. I'm waiting for her to say meow or something.
She's upstairs.
So our mid-card match, which is really, really enticing. Chad Gable competes to try and claim what he feels is his Intercontinental title against Sami Zayn. Nikki, your prediction and your thoughts.
I'm going Master Gable, Perk Gable. I'm doing it. I think we need to pull the trigger. I adore Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn. Put the goddamn belt on Gable now, please, and thank you. I love his turn. I love what he's doing. I love this heel turn. I know everyone thinks that Otis is going to turn on him and he's going to lose the belt. I'm thinking that he'll turn after he wins. I think he'll tap out Sami and then hold the ankle too long. And then everyone comes in and tries to get Gable off Sami, and then Otis will rip him off or something.
Well,
I just think I love Chad Gable so much. And I just want a belt on him now.
I know you love the Chad Gable story. Do you love the Chad Gable stable?
I do. And then also there's, people are saying what happens if Otis does turn on him, but then the Creeds come out and save him.
So I have a lot of thoughts. I have so many thoughts about this. So yeah, you were talking about the Creeds, and they've planted the seed with the Creeds already in the backstage segment.
Yep.
So I don't mind that, but so the question is does he turn on him? Because there's a couple things. Do they keep? Oh my God! She got thrown off. Let's see. The Creeds. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Sorry.
Oh.
Too quick.
So my question is could this propel Otis? There's two things. I like two scenarios for Otis out of this. One, could this propel him into a singles career with Maxine as his manager valet? If they keep this going long enough that eventually he's going to try and turn and chase after Gable. Or the other thing, I don't know, maybe it's just they're both gingers. Him and Sami Zayn being friends, being a tag team somehow together. Excuse me.
I would like to see the Creeds with Gable and then Otis with Sami, and then that's a feud for a little bit.
Yeah, it could very well end up just being that.
You can have Otis, Sami, Tozawa versus Gable and the Creeds.
Yeah, and again, we have Maxine and my girl Ivy Nile. I love Ivy Nile.
Get it, girl. But I just want to see him have a belt. I think I know it might be too soon of a reign for Sami. Again, I do love Sami Zayn. I don't know, and I go back and forth because I know Ed and I talked about this. I wasn't team Sami winning until he actually walked out, had the whole big opening thing with KO. It's oh yeah, no, he's gonna do the thing. But now I'm just I just want Gable.
Gun to your head. Who are you going?
Gable. Gable.
I think you're thinking with your heart and not your head here. I'm taking Sami Zayn. They're not going to pull the trigger on this just yet. I think there's more layers to this storyline that's still coming. My biggest thing is if Otis turns here, because I think that's something they're going to drag out for another few weeks, and could really have a lot of they can milk it more and a lot more momentum that could, again, like I said, maybe it gives some sort of smaller singles push for Otis and just gets him more in the limelight because, again, He won Money in the Bank, and then what happened? So we disagree. And since I won our AEW predictions, you better.
By 1.
Oh, alarm. You had an alarm.
It's 6:45. Do you know where your children are?
Do you know where your podcast is? I don't know where it's going. Well, I kind of know where it's going. It's going. Well, first off, let's get off some comments. So what do you all think? We got a bunch of new people in. So again, we're actually breaking records, as The Rock likes to say, breaking records on this show with our live viewers.
When has he said that?
He always says breaking records. Are you kidding me? Now, like his whole last run was talking about breaking records, and then he's like of the largest gathering of trailer park trash. You remember that?
I don't like The Rock. I don't pay attention.
Of course you don't.
Next.
But we're breaking records with the show. We got a bunch of new people in here. So if you're new, hit the old like and subscribe button. The old Samoan spike on it goes a long way helping the show. And we're here every Friday at 6. That's our happy hour. We talk everything wrestling. If you want to talk about anything wrestling related, call in. The call-in link is in the description. I think I didn't pin it, but it's in the chat too if you want to chime in and let us know what you're thinking and what you're drinking. But who you got? Let us know who you got. Chad Gable or Sami Zayn. We want to hear from all you. So, as we move along to the second ladies portion of this, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending their women's tag team title against Shayna Baszler. So we start, and I'm going to mess this one up.
I want to hear you say
What?
I want to hear you say it.
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
There you go.
Yeah, I did it. Hold on. I gotta get my chair. I'm here every Friday at 6. But we also have a special show. So just to let you all know, since we have a bunch of new people in here, we're going to be here Sunday recapping the show. So we're going to aim, I think, and this is a surprise to Nikki too, Sunday at 5. So that's what we're aiming for.
I'll be here.
You got no choice. I know where you live.
Upstairs.
But regardless, we move along to the women's tag team title match. Nikki, what are you thinking on this?
I think everyone, say it loud and proud with me, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. They're not taking the belts off them yet. I think this is honestly just a match to get Alba Fire and Isla Dawn on the show because they're Scottish. I honestly kind of feel the same way with Piper. I think either Zoe or Isla Dawn or Alba Fire are there to take the pin.
3 points. Steven made that point too. 3 Scottish wrestlers he meant PLE from Scotland. What are the odds? It's called pay-per-view. It's pay-per-view. We're not doing PLE here nowhere. We are 90s wrestling fans. They were called pay-per-views. You paid per view of them.
I think it'll be a fun match. I'm excited to, I love that they've been doing 2 women's matches on each show again to support our ladies. But champs retaining.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see either of them. I mean, I think that the whole purpose of this being a triple threat is to just show how strong Bianca and Jade are. And they're just going to keep moving this along. But my question is like, who would actually again, it's another way to build them up as like an unstoppable tag team force. But what tag teams are they building up to challenge? Because they're eventually going to have to drop the belts. And Zoe and Shane, I think, are good together and they're viable contenders. When I also want them to have Sonya Deville because I love the MMA dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
People.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who could when you build up a tag team like this that you have to put them in a triple threat this early because they're so strong. How do you take the titles off them without some goofy thing or putting together 2 monster heel wrestlers like Nia and Piper?
I think it's gonna be them breaking up. It's gonna be them losing the belt. Someone's gonna turn on someone and walk away, and then the other person gets pinned. Because honestly, I think people were thinking SummerSlam. I think that's too soon, and maybe Mania is too far away. But I think that's their Mania match.
Yeah.
For Jade to win her first singles Mania match, breaking the streak of Bianca Belair.
Yeah, and I could see Bianca being the heel. I think Bianca has to be the heel in this.
She went, like in NXT, she was a heel, and I loved her heel character in NXT.
Yeah, I don't remember much about
What, her in NXT?
Lisa says she can't wait for Jade to be on her own. Yeah, Jade's an absolute. We know, if you watch the show, if you're a regular, you know how much I love Jade Cargill from her AEW days. Like, just huge star waiting to happen. So, yeah, I tend to agree. But this is another match where Nikki and I agree the belts aren't going off of Jade and Bianca here. So, agreed. Wow, we're getting a bunch of people in here. So we move along to what we perceive to be the main event. It's in Scotland. Oops, sorry. It's in Scotland. How do you say it? Drew McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre. Sorry to any Scottish person ever. I'm sorry, but
it was a good effort. So we move on to Damian Priest defending his World Heavyweight title against Drew McIntyre. So, as always, Nikki, I will start with your thoughts and predictions.
Now, Steven mentioned all the Scottish people, and I have every single Scottish person losing. Drew is retaining that belt. I think CM Punk is going to come and do CM Punk things. And because this is going to transition into a Drew Punk feud that doesn't need the belt. Again, you yell at me all the time, and I know what you're going to say when I say this. Gunther has that match at SummerSlam. You're putting the belt on Gunther, and I don't want to see him necessarily pin Drew again. Have Priest get dominated, because I think it'll be a good. It's too, Priest is not a little guy, so I think those two meaty men, meaty meats. I'm into it. So I think something's going to happen. Drew's going to lose again. I don't think any Scottish person is winning tomorrow.
Well, our buddy Zach Ruby.
Hey!
Zach, welcome in. If you guys haven't checked out Zach, check out Zach Ruby. Awesome wrestler. I'm his de facto manager. So if anyone tries to take my client, first, hold on. Let me if anybody tries to take my client, we're going to have some serious issues. Zach, don't get any ideas.
And you better still have that beard.
That had nothing to do with our contract. That was just her. But regardless,
if you don't know what we're talking about, you have to go back and watch our interview with Zach.
Yes, if you didn't check out Wrestle Show, our show from Wrestle Show New Jersey, check that out. It was our first venture outside, or my first venture outside the bar here. Broadcasting. So Nikki tended to the bar. We're going to try more of that, just broadcasting from different locations. So more to come over the summer of Nick. That's what I'm going to call it. We're going to go every summer, the summer of Nick.
So aggressive.
But anyway, I digress. So you have
Damian
Priest winning this. I disagree. I think it's time to give Drew his run. Give him his moment. The pop that you can have for Drew in Scotland will be massive. It's like British Bulldog, like. Maybe not British Bulldog, but because you know. But like, why deprive us fans of this moment, of this beautiful moment?
I just want to watch the world burn. I want to riot in Glasgow.
You think Drew's just going to be on his back after all this?
There's going to be some shenanigans. I think Punk gets involved. I think JD gets involved. All the JDs. I think it's
all the JD McDonough
and then
JD Day.
Who's JD Day?
The Judgment Day. JD. Yeah, J Day. J Day. Sounds like a dating website. J Day.
I don't think you're putting the belt. Drew doesn't need the belt because he's going into a program he's gonna fight Punk at SummerSlam. It doesn't need the belt. I don't want a triple threat between Drew, Punk, and Gunther.
Steve kind of agrees with me. He said it's a good place for WWE to cost Damien the belt by messing up, and then Damien leaves. Yeah, Damien's poised to be a face. They're trying to set it up as a face.
Yeah, because he's going against Gunther, and Gunther's a heel.
Gunther's kind of a tweener.
No, for who?
Because people like him because he's so good in the ring. He's so Gunther in the ring. I actually do have the sound for it, but I'm just too lazy to click it now.
Oh, no, I don't see it.
Let us know what you think. Do you think Damien's retaining? I think he's just kind of a paper champion that's just...
I don't think he gets enough credit. I really don't.
You would say that.
I did.
What? I don't know. Do you guys like Damian Priest as the... Like, I want to hear from all you. Like, do you like Damian Priest as a champion? I'm just kind of like... Like, he's there. Like, he needs Judgment Day. He needs Judgment Day to make him more appealing.
I think you're doing him dirty.
He's not a bad wrestler or anything. He just, in terms of like his character, I'm like, he doesn't really do much for me. I don't know.
And I love you.
The only guy who can not wear knee pads and not look nude. Yeah, he kind of does. Well, I got to get the drop of when Halloween comes. The Gunther splash is going to be epic. Nosferatu. His Nosferatu splash. Yeah. Oh, Zach, here we go. Offering a wrestling perspective. Damien trained in Jersey, so I hope he wins, but Drew my ticket. All right. Well, I like him a little bit more now that he trained in New Jersey. But I'd say, wait, listen. It's not like I don't like Damien Priest. I just think, in terms of charisma, he's not. There's more to be kind of had. All right. What do you all think? We got a bunch of new people coming in. So if you're new here, hit the like, subscribe. We call it hitting the old Samoan spike. On the like. But yeah, we want to hear from all you. What are you thinking about Clash at the Castle?
I just don't know if it just because it's your hometown you lose or you win. I don't know. I kind of want to see the old.
See, Zach agrees with me. Here we go. But we're turning you heel, Zach. You're not going to be a face. This is not happening in this world. If you ever become face, I don't manage faces. This is. But I digress. Oh. Anyway, so we want to hear from all you. Went a little longer because we got our prediction show, but we are going to open up the phone line. So we want to hear from all of you. If you want to call in and let us know what you're thinking and what you're drinking, the link is below in the description of this video, but it's also, I threw in the chat. So if you see the Nick Club Happy Hour in there, feel free to call in. We're going to try and get everyone in here. So we got busy phone lines, Nikki. Busy phone lines tonight. So let's officially kick them open. All right. So we got someone new to the party, to the happy hour.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring in Shane. Shane, what are you thinking? What are you drinking, my buddy?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's hot over here. It's hot outside.
Yeah, I hear you. We're getting a bunch of storms here in Jersey, so it's kind of coming down like crazy. If you don't notice through our, as Steven likes to call it, our Dexter window this way.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, we were supposed to get some storms coming through. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's quick in and out. But Shane, what are you thinking? We got Clash at the Castle tomorrow. What are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a really good pay-per-view. And I like what you guys are talking about. And I'm kind of thinking that Drew is going to win the title because I don't see him making him lose twice in a row in his home country. But I could be wrong.
That's a great point. Yeah, how do you make this guy?
The first one wasn't his home country. They weren't in
Well,
Scotland.
right.
Yeah. All right.
Different countries.
Fair. All right. I thought it was.
Countries. It wasn't in Scotland. Now they're doing it in Scotland.
Right.
But all right. But still, so more reason to do it. You screwed the guy over next to his country.
I want to watch the world burn, babe.
I just want to give the guy a moment in front of his fans. Why can't we just happy endings? Nikki doesn't like happy endings.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I didn't think of it. Actually, originally, it didn't mean when it came out that way. I didn't think of it like that. But since your mind's in the gutter,
Mine's always in the gutter. Sorry.
I also think Bailey's going to retain too, but I believe that's going to be a great match.
Yeah, Piper. That's one thing that Piper is a phenomenal wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So, she moves so fast. She's very fluid in the ring, and again, put some respect on my girl's name.
I do have an idea though. So in the future, I would love to see Piper Niven and Nia Jax go 1-on-1. And you remember how the Big Show and Brock Lesnar broke the ring? I'd love to see Nia and Piper have a match and do that same thing. I think that would be cool if they did something like that. It's just an idea I had.
Yeah, I'd love to see. I mean, I always like to see just two big people just going at it, just destruction. Right? Who doesn't like just pure or put it in a cage?
Those are my favorite type of matches. I love to see destruction and see them beat each other up pretty good.
Agreed.
Any particular match you're looking forward to? Or most, I should say.
All of them, really. I don't really have a favorite right now this time. I think all the matches are going to be pretty good this time. But I could be wrong. Find out.
What's that saying?
I said I could be wrong. I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean the crowds overseas have been so great, so I expect a hot crowd.
Oh yeah.
And I think it'll be, really good on that end. So that fuels the wrestlers, right? Like it fuels the performance and everything else. So I really think we're gonna get five. And I love the fact Nikki and I talk about this all the time. 5 matches is
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Give me a short card. Give me 5 good matches. 2 hours 45, and Mama's going to bed.
That's a great plan.
Exactly. So, Shane, before we let go, any final thoughts here? Last shot, you call it.
It's good to see you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing what goes down tomorrow.
Sounds good. Shane is on the Tazzy Tazzy's party. Wait, Shane, give a plug for the watch along here.
Well, we usually do Friday nights, but we're not doing tonight's SmackDown because Tazzy's helping the Insiders do a TNA thing tonight. But we usually do SmackDown and Raw and NXT watch along during the week.
Awesome. Well, check that out. Shane, thanks for joining us. I can't even. I had a couple, but I'm not at that point yet.
I know what you mean, bud.
Just my one slur of the night. There might be more as we get more callers. There might be more. But Shane, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming to the bar. But you, sir, are cut off. Next up, making new friends. Yeah, we love having new friends here. Feel free. Phone lines are open. Feel free to call in. We got a couple more. Let's see. I'm trying to catch off. Sorry, I'm catching up with Zach. Zach, what's a face exactly?
This last one. Maybe.
Oh, Roddy Piper. Well, yeah.
I almost put on your Roddy Piper shirt to come down.
I mean,
but
yeah.
I'm wearing my Brody Lee shirt today in honor of maybe seeing the new Wyatt 6 on either tomorrow or Monday.
Sounds like you could combine their names and make it to one wrestler, Roddy Piper Niven.
You could.
It's a hyphenated name.
Wasn't his daughter again? Someone correct me.
Oh, Ed did it. Ed did this exactly. Yeah, Ed. We're on the same page.
Wasn't his daughter? His daughter was wrestling for a little bit. Wasn't she in NXT for like a hot second? And she was going after like her her like actual his Piper wasn't his real last name.
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
thought his daughter was
Well,
wrestling.
we got a bunch of new people in the audience here, so
No, Ed, get out of here.
hold on. Is Ed in me?
Said his daughter's real
Oh
name.
no. Well, we got to throw it up there. Yes, rest in peace, Brody and Bray.
My Brody,
She's
Brody
got her.
shirt. I loved Brody, Luke Harper so much. It's so sad to see them go. And again, like if you didn't listen to our our podcast last week when we were talking to Ed, how the Wyatt Six needs to come in and be dominant and be a final boss. And I'm hoping and praying this is going to be good. And again, I'm sure that will be our number one topic next show.
Yeah, if you're new here, we had it. I still have it just for fun. I'll throw it out there. We've been visited by Uncle Howdy on this show. It's kind of neat. We've joined in the chase a little bit. We're not going to go too crazy on it, but we'll just show you a little bit of our experiences with Uncle Howdy over the last couple of weeks. He's been hacking into our show too, not just WWE. So, yeah, it's been a fun ride chasing down Uncle Howdy the last couple of weeks. And we anticipate that Monday night that this group is going to join us. So we remember who we are.
Revel in what you are.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm excited. I just hope it's good. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
All right.
Who's next?
Next up.
Huh?
Let's bring him in. He's here he calls in every week, so he's a regular. I don't even need to call him a regular anymore. Practically owns stock in the bar at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, he's only known as one word. Steven!
Is there money in the bar?
No.
If you
There's socks. There's socks for our it was supposed to be for our 50th.
You're so bad at this. Get out of
th
here.
subscriber giveaway, but now
Our dude hasn't socks.
now it's going towards our 100th subscriber. So spread the word. Make sure
Still in the package.
you hit the like and subscribe. Hold on. Hit the old, it's coming. Because I did this because Ed loves it and he put it in the chat. Hit the old Samoan spike.
Very nice, very evil socks.
On the like and subscribe. But yes, anyway, so there is no money in the bar. There's socks. That was the short answer to your question.
They're clean.
Yeah,
Now
unworn, exactly.
they're still in the package.
We're adding daily to the package though. But as we grow our audience base here and our fan base here that we love so much, we're gonna add to the giveaways. The Mr. Nick re-gift away, I call it. Or the Nick
Very
Club.
nice.
So, Steven, what are you thinking? What are you drinking?
I'm thinking, okay, I watched the NXT card over the weekend and pretty impressive. And I'm looking forward to there being more TNA crossovers. With the Battle Royal, they're having a Battle Royal, I think, on NXT this coming Tuesday. It's been hinted that there will be at least a couple of TNA people in that Battle Royal, including, everybody's speculating, the guy who you say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
He might be there tomorrow. He's Scottish too.
That would be pretty epic.
That was the rumor, but apparently he's supposed to be at a TNA show in the States.
Oh, he's got to work his day job. Okay.
Yeah. Because that's what everyone said. Like, also there was an interview again. Shout out to Cultaholic. They're in Newcastle upon Tyne. YouTube channel. One of the guys there interviewed Drew McIntyre and asked if he believed in Joe Henry, and he said yes. So everyone's hoping, but apparently he's booked in a show here. But for Joe Hendry to be in that battle royal, I'm again not a huge NXT watcher, but we did watch Battleground, and I definitely plan on watching for this battle royal.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I really like. I thought it was interesting how obviously Dana Brooke or Ash by Elegance, who I really regret who was at the wrestle show, but I didn't get to interview her. I should have talked to her then, but regardless, I digress. I was kind of not surprised, but kind of surprised that she interfered. Like, you wanted someone who has some name recognition.
But I think that makes sense because she was the NXT kid that's now a TNA kid.
I mean, the couple of names I've heard as said they were definitely interested in working, and maybe they'll be there Tuesday, maybe not. Moose at the top of the list. He's definitely come out and said, he wants to be part of this. The TNA.
He should have signed in WWE. I like Moose a lot, and he's like the tailor-made WWE type superstar. Actually, Zach, this cracked me up. I'm going to unsubscribe when 899 and resubscribe when 800 so I can win this dance.
I'm like, hey, boy, smart.
Zach made a good comment. Jay Lethal.
Yeah, AEW, baby, not gonna happen.
Hey, Lethal. I've also heard Mustafa. I mean, it's just what the gossip sheets say, but Mustafa Ali. And, I mean, it could be. There's a lot of possibilities. But I think that's pretty. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
No, I think that's pretty. Pretty cool. I like what they did with Jordan Grace. I knew she wasn't going to win.
I didn't think she was going to win. I thought she might have a shot at winning because, they're going to sign her eventually. So,
yeah. I think she's got one more year, maybe just under a year left on her TNA contract. Yeah, she's going over there. I mean, they have such respect for her over in the E. So, yeah, I think that's a given.
I just hope they don't Dana Brooke her.
Okay.
I don't think you can do that to Jordan Grace.
Well, just because I feel like Dana Brooke is before
if she crazy goes get plastic surgery and becomes like a twig, like Dana, we had a conversation. Like Dana Brooke used to be like that,
jacked,
and fit, and she was and curvaceous, and then she lost a lot of weight, and I feel like she lost kind of a lot of muscle. And then I was just like, oh baby girl, no, you looked hotter, better than before. Now you're just, it's too much. But I don't see Jordan Grace doing that. I got knock on wood. Yeah, but I know she got injured, but it's so much of a body change, and she got work done. That it's not oh, I'm injured, so I lost some mass. There was
Dana
a lot
was jacked
that went into that.
But yeah, there you guys. So Steve, what else are you thinking besides NXT Dynamite? Anyway, NXT. Well, you made a good point. Sorry, before I get to your last point.
Yep.
NXT did beat Dynamite in the ratings this past week. That was the whole. I think that is that the.
I think he's doing the meme of Cody, Alexis King, Ethan, and Shawn Spears. There's a picture of them all staring at each other.
Backstage
at NXT.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I was referring to. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Didn't want to speak for you, Steve.
I thought it was more because a report came out that the ratings for NXT this week exceeded the ratings for Dynamite.
Well, it depends who you ask, because I saw that the key demographic, Dynamite just kind of squeaked it out. So it depends on who you ask as far as who won between the two.
Yeah, that's always. I feel like that's always the case. It's like WCW.
Yeah.
Type stuff.
Oh my god, we didn't watch the second episode.
We will. We'll get to it.
I did.
There's only so much wrestling. Steve, what else are you thinking? What do you think about Clash for the Castle? Or Clash at the Castle on the 4th?
Geez, all those Scottish wrestlers on the card. I don't know. I think Drew is going to win. Let him have his moment where he actually leaves with a belt in front of the cheering crowd. He's going to get a hero's welcome, even though he's a heel. just let him have it, and then he can do his. I know the feud with Punk doesn't need the belt, but let him have this, and then he can lose it at the next one. And Money in the Bank is the next one, or the one after. Or when's the
why
one?
can't we have nice things as fans? Why can't we have nice moments? Like the Cody Rhodes moment was a nice moment. Not that this would be anything like that.
We have to go off that for the next year.
Yeah. I mean, a guy who used to wrestle for in the Hydro all the time when he was with ICW, along with Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray, and also Nikki Cross if they have anything planned for the Wyatt Six.
They should have Grado show up. Is he from the UK?
Yeah. And Joe Hendry was also with ICW. So, hey.
Yeah.
And Finn was. That's right. But he's not Scottish, so yeah. he can't play.
Exactly. So Steve, so you want Drew to win. Before we let you go, what's your last shot? What else you got before?
This is looking to be a really another hot international crowd. I have friends who are of Scottish background, and they will tell you that if there's one thing you can count on Scottish people to be, it's very creatively profane. So,
Right in my alley.
Yeah. And the Hydro, I don't think is all that big compared to most of the arenas here. I think it's only 6,000 or 7,000 people. I'm not sure about that.
It's enclosed or no?
Oh no, it's enclosed. Yes.
Yeah, so that makes the crowd more involved because it's more active, like a dome. You know what I mean? Like the sound will be kept in.
So I'm looking forward to hearing some of these creative cheers that they come up with.
That they have to block out.
Yeah.
When you hear just like the muted sound for.
Yeah, and every other second will be a bleep. They love their profanity over there.
Exactly. Hey, we do too here, but we're trying to be better. We do too. But we're trying to be better. We're trying to be better.
Shut your dirty. I get yelled at every. Pulling behind the curtain, I get yelled at after we log off. You're like, you used a lot of curses. You're cursing too much.
No curses.
Yeah, who do you, sir? Who do
you? But I digress. So, Steve.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to all the new callers. Please feel free. It's fun. Take my word for it.
Well put.
I'm not here because I have to be. So
He's not. Hold on. Let me try and find it.
Oh God.
Oh, it's all the way back in the beginning of my slides. Steve, you're like.
We're already losing sound effects, are we?
No. You're like the Paul Heyman.
He's our Heyman.
Yeah, you're not here. That's not you. That's not Steven. Steven is not. We're not Tungaloa and Tamatanga.
Well, I'm Tama.
I feel like I am. Can I be Solo?
I'd like to be Heyman, except I still have my hair.
Very true.
Well, Steve, life goals.
For now.
Yeah, life goals. So, Steve, pleasure as always.
Adios.
You, sir, are cut off. Let's get to a couple comments. See who catch up here.
Yeah, Zach left. Bye, Zach. I'm so excited he popped on.
Yeah, that was fun.
Again, if you
never know who's going to show up.
Who's going to show up at happy hour? I don't know if you guys have to go back and watch the show, but in the Live and in Color, with Nikki had a beard, and then his Twitter stuff, all his headshots had him without a beard, and I was like, again, guys, you know me, I'm team beard. I was like, you got to keep that, honey. So I was teasing him about he better still have a beard.
But yeah, so we got a bunch of new listeners in. This is great. This is fun Friday night. Again, if you're new here, hit the old like and subscribe. But we are here in case you didn't know. But let me put it up just to keep us.
Throw it up.
Throw it up. So just a little double promotion because I don't know how to do graphics. But Nikki and I are just two wrestling fans having fun on a Friday night over cocktails. That's the idea behind the show. We're here every Friday at 6. Ow.
As he punches my wall.
Yeah. That's how excited we are about the show. Punching holes in walls. But we're here every Friday at 6. So make sure you like and subscribe. 6 Eastern time, whatever that correlates to you locally. So feel free to chime in. And one more time before he comes on. The old Samoan spike on the like. We appreciate it. It goes a long way helping the show. That being said, let's bring him in. Another caller here. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed.
Ed!
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. That like it catches me off guard every time.
Ed,
It's
one
so
more time
good.
for Ed.
So down my
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
Listen, if Universal Pictures wants to hire, or Martin Scorsese needs a new cinematographer, I'm available. I can make myself available for a small fee.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So all he does now is sit in his office and make these little videos.
That's great. That's a fantastic use. Like
That's what you think. I'm watching porn.
It's just the gift of Mariah May and Layla Hirsch.
Oh, it is. Oh,
they're having fun. Okay, it's fun.
So
wrestling is fun, and
It's
AEW
fun.
is where the breast wrestle.
And AEW Fight Forever so good, guys. It's real
yeah.
good.
Listen, if I wanted to play Nintendo 64, I would just open my Nintendo 64 and hook it up.
No, dude, that's the problem. So like it's free on if you've got PlayStation Plus, it's free right now, right? So like I gave it a shot and it doesn't know whether or not it wants to be No Mercy or Here Comes the Pain. So like it's doing one of these. It's not good.
Scissoring itself?
It is. Max Caster's like 80% of the
little
soundtrack. It's terrible.
scissoring there for you, Ed.
Listen, I ain't mad at that. Hey, listen. Liv looks like she's having fun.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
girl.
Wait, I think she was dating Bo, wasn't she? Or did she
No, they
break up?
broke up. She was
Yeah.
dating Taylor Rotunda, but apparently they broke up.
I don't even know if we ever got real confirmation if they were ever together. I know that was like the rumor, that was speculation, and I know Ric Flair was on a podcast and was like, "I think they're married," because he knows, right? Because he lives with them on their compound.
Because Ric Flair probably tried to bang her.
Probably.
Like let's be honest, he was probably like at some sort of WWE event, just like
Longest line, oldest ride, right?
exactly.
You have that shirt.
I do.
It's the best. It's the best. That might be the best thing that you ever gave me. Besides your love.
The best thing he ever gave you, because I heard that's the best thing he ever gave me, and I'm like, what else did Ric Flair give you? I have questions.
Yeah.
I hope you had answers.
Probably some diseases.
He gave you the gift of that helicopter.
Yeah.
None of that's okay.
I gotta steer us back.
Yeah, I'm a little sad. I didn't get. What am I thinking? What am I drinking? I wanted to talk about Jeff Hardy, and I wanted to talk about people in NXT, but we kind of already did that. But you know what? Curveball. Did you guys watch TNA?
No, because we get the channel.
Okay, so I didn't watch TNA either, but I did watch the most important part of the this past episode. Broken Matt Hardy's back.
Yes.
We're getting Hardy compound cinematic segments.
So, all right.
He's wrestling Moose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it's for the belt. Because he also tweeted at NXT, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna win the belt and then go."
Cannot wait. I hope he shows up.
Obnoxious ants is what he called them in his tweet.
Wait, who?
He's Broken Matt, and
Yeah.
I feel like
he basically reverses everyone's name. She's like the Ball of Speed, and he's like give me a nickname. But yeah,
the Bucks of Youth. Yeah.
Go up in NXT on Tuesday. I really do.
Matt Hardy. Yeah. Well, there's. That was the other thing. So Ed, you kind of touched on it because you did want to talk about it. So now I'm going to bring it up.
Go for
Since
it.
you brought up Matt Hardy, do you want the Hardys back in WWE?
Yeah, give him one last run.
And then they're going to be Mania, the Hall of Fame at Mania.
Yep. And then give him Legends contracts. Let him milk that sweet merch money. They can ride off in the sunset.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
Tony Khan didn't do shit with him.
Nope,
Yeah,
not
no,
a
I don't
damn
care
thing.
about that.
Which is crazy. Like, how are you like this massive money mark that like all this guy wants to do is get like new shiny toys, and you have some of the biggest, shiniest toys that have ever been shiny or toys, and then you do nothing with them. I don't get it. I mean, okay, they've definitely both of them have lost a step, right? But they're older. They're going
Stevie.
to. You know, you put them in. I definitely agree with Steve. But like you put them in you should put them in the ring with guys like FTR and the Young Bucks and whoever else is in their tag division, because I don't remember at this point. And it seems like they just throw teams together to go up against the Young Bucks and win the title.
It was the Lucha Brothers who were awesome, and now that's actually good point. That's actually another rumor is that oh my gosh,
Penta's on his way. Yeah.
What
have they done with him? Like they picked up so Lucha Underground died essentially, right? So AEW picked up like all those guys, right? And they've done nothing with like any of them except for Swerve.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. I mean, and that's one of those things too. Like I was a big Lucha Underground guy. Absolutely loved Penta in Lucha Underground. His whole bit with Vampiro was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't seen it, and then him versus I think they were like the Black Lotus Clan, but it was like Io Sky, maybe Asuka, and a couple of the other. It was pretty much Damage Control. They were attacking Penta and whatnot. But
when does Ricochet sign in AEW? Because that's coming.
Probably soon, but is that going to matter?
These are the last images of Ricochet.
That was a crazy segment too. I actually did want to talk about this because Braun doing his best 1997 Kevin Nash impression. Excuse me, 96 Kevin Nash impression.
Yeah.
Him just lawn darting Ricochet all over the place, really good.
I don't know. I mean, they're building up Braun phenomenally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's believable.
Yeah, I also wonder if does he get a title before Mania, or because I could totally see this happening, do they wait for Braun to Mania and give him Lesnar and have a returning Lesnar?
Lesnar is not going to Lesnar any Lesnaring.
I think Lesnar's coming back.
He's baby, please, real shit, not coming back.
Is there new news on that whole scenario that he's
the same news?
Yeah, but they were been talking about him more. That's what. So if there's new news that has last I heard, they seem more openly putting back on the roster page and everything else.
Oh, I was gonna say too. I feel like with and everybody when they look at they look at WWE, they still have this thought in their head of the old regime. That's gone. The current even our commentators now, they're mentioning people that were in or that are currently in other places, right? Michael Cole as Roman's walking to the ring to defend his belt against Cody, he's going on about the virtual Hall of Fame that he beat to get here, right? And he's naming half the guys on the list don't even work there anymore.
Yeah,
that would have never happened under the old guys.
Yeah.
Under the people in creative now, they're just going to throw names all over the place because everything's connected.
That's the thing. That's a great point. Everything, yeah, it gives you a reputation and what we call in sales rapport, right?
Reference him. I don't think he's going to come back onto our TV.
I don't know. I think time. There's been a lot of people that had a lot of legal issues that got technically cleared up.
Yeah, I mean, Hogan's on his way back.
Hello.
Would you say Hogan? Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hogan's always on his way back.
Which is gross, but
Yeah, but Triple H, under Triple H era, have we seen Hogan?
No, but I could have sworn I saw something that he was at he was going to be at a live event or is going to be on TV soon, but I could have just been reading the wrong thing and just seeing an old an old headline or something.
But also Triple H has only been fully in charge for has it been a year?
Give or take?
Yeah,
would SummerSlam be a year? SummerSlam was his first baby. I think SummerSlam would be a year.
Yeah, I think SummerSlam was the start stop, but SummerSlam was the start, and then there was a bit of a weird is he not? And then we're here now.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause you right there. I know it's supposed to be family oriented, but we had 69 listeners at one point in time, and we need to get a bunch of likes because who doesn't like us?
I mean, I can leave if you guys want 69 listeners again. I can just walk out. It's fine.
No. We're now at 68. Now we need one more. But Yeah, we need to get the likes to the 69. But anyway,
Gotcha.
I said the word bitch. And you're like, we all like to get 69.
yeah, because hey, listen, it's all how you play on words. This is how you do it.
No cocktails are made, kids.
No, but guys, seriously, do yourself a favor. Check out the system, which if you're not familiar, is it's Moose, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Alicia Edwards. So they're
Brian Myers. It always like when I see him with that, it's like Brian Myers, like the same Brian Myers with the 100. What? How many? Like 120.
They actually reference that. Dude, it's fantastic. It's so good. Eddie Edwards gets turned into an actual werewolf by one of Hardy's kids. It's beautiful. It's so good. It's the stupidest wrestling bollocks. It's like,
Oh, I love it. I have to look at it.
It's one of the reasons I really like Lucha Underground too. I don't know if you guys watched any of that.
I watched the original season. Hold on, Ed. We got it. We're at 69 for a second, but now we're at 70. Hit that like button, Shane. Thank you.
Thanks, Shane.
Hit the old like. But anyway, go ahead. So, yeah, Lucha Underground was great.
Yeah, and what was good too is so even if these guys were putting on like the AEW like Flippy Spot Fest like PWG video game matches, it was edited for TV. So anything that would have been like look stupid, or if they like did a bunch of, I don't want to say unrealistic stuff, because this is the same company where like Penta was an actual undead ninja, Luchasaurus was a giant snake
I
man.
didn't know Penta was in there. Not completely.
Ray Phoenix could turn into a phoenix. Drago at one point would turn into a giant dragon outside of the Boyle Heights arena and then fly away. Like,
it reminds me of, oh my gosh, what the hell was that called?
You talking about that show on UPN?
Yes, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Terry Crews was like the lead guy.
The Karate Show.
Oh no, you're talking about WMAC Masters.
Yes, that one. WMAC. Oh man, now I'm gonna watch that tonight.
What? Akeem the Machine and.
Yeah, and they were all from like their own like little like, it was like Mortal Kombat TV show.
Yeah, it was like Mortal Kombat meets American Gladiators meets like pro wrestling. There were storylines and points and championship belts and the Kabuki Warriors enter the dome or whatever.
Yeah.
And like the putty dudes would show up.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Good.
Yeah, it was
so
oh
good.
my God.
What year was this?
This
like
was
97.
Like
maybe earlier.
90s. It was like one of a like it ran, and I think it had like 2 or 3 seasons too.
Yeah. Oh, I was eating that up as a kid. I had a bunch of the action figures, dude. So good.
It's not.
Good. She's gonna look this up later, but
You have to. It's honestly, it's funny you say that because Lucha Underground did check a bunch of those boxes too for me. Like,
yeah,
that's the
thing. That's what I loved about Lucha Underground. Is actually what I really liked was Jeff Cobb's Matanza character.
Matanza was so good. Like, if you want to see somebody booked like how the Fiend should have been booked, Matanza.
Which is kind of funny when I think about it too, because I was like, oh my God, this guy's a monster Matanza, right? And then you look at him, and then like Jeff Cobb's jacked.
Yeah, but he's like Jeff Cobb's like 3'12".
Yeah, he's Taz jacked.
That dude, honestly, they could bring in Jeff Cobb as a small Atonga. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for it.
Actually,
like, Swoggle's funny. Jeff Cobb works though.
Yeah,
True. I agree.
He's also, isn't he also like of maybe like Samoan descent, or am I just making that up?
Maybe what?
Isn't he also of like Samoan descent? Am I just making that up?
I don't know. Actually, I could Google it. I think.
I want to say yes, but I feel I don't want to be stereotyping.
I don't know. I could be misremembering.
No, he's from Honolulu.
Oh,
but really.
So maybe he's just Hawaiian, and I'm just misremembering.
Island Pacific.
No. So he's from Guam.
Oh, never mind.
He represented Guam at the 2004 Summer Olympics.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Right? Real quick, how excited are we about say again?
Jeff Cobb is no slob.
Honestly, that should be his gimmick. That should be his catchphrase.
No slob, Jeff Cobb.
I love that for him.
No.
Listen, guys, I'm super, super hyped for Monday. If everything is to be to believe, we're getting the Bo Dallas faction showing up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
Do you, all right, Ed, do you want Alexa to be part of this, or you want her?
Couldn't care less. Make it work. Listen, just the little, like, or I can't say the little, the a lot I've been doing, like the bit of the deep dive here. All of the references to the Bray documentary, so good. Like,
I feel like we need to rewatch that.
yeah, because like, so you'll see a lot of the text where, I mean, it's obviously the like Bo's character, him talking about like, oh, you know, the things we talked about in the cave. They literally were in a cave shooting a friggin' reality show. Like,
Yep.
it's so good. I can't wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
I'm
It's exciting. I'm super pumped. I guess we're gonna have to really stay awake on Monday because I think it's gonna be one of these it's definitely gonna be one of these top of the hour things, but I don't think it'll be right at 8. I think it'll be probably like either at the 10 o'clock hour or at the end of the show.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna close the show with that. I mean, if a massacre's coming, have them show up. You know, like I said, have a giant, like, you know, 8-man tag, have them decimate all those guys, and then have a couple of them decimate the guys in the ring, and then have the other half of them in the back just right, like, you know, wiping people out.
Yeah.
Do they do a QR code thingy at the beginning of the show?
Ooh,
that would be great.
That would, do a QR code with the countdown? Huh?
Yeah, like a Jericho-esque countdown that like leads to like
Jericho coming back with the learning tree.
Yes, it's actually the learning tree.
Honestly, shout out to Big Bill and that promo on Wednesday. Like,
I hear DPW's national heavyweight champion, the Bounty Hunter, whose name I can't pull.
I almost called him Toby Keith. Brian Keith.
Yo, okay, not for nothing. That would be crazy if Toby Keith was part of the learning tree. I'm here for it.
Well, listen.
He's also dead.
That's even crazier.
No, listen, like there's
Jericho said he was a wizard. That man's a necromancer. Bring Toby Keith back from the dead.
Back to wrestling. He's not coming back to music. He's come back to wrestling.
Listen, I've seen Toby Keith suplex Jeff Jarrett in the early days of TNA. Book it, all right? Jericho's a necromancer. Bring him back from the dead. Suplex Jeff Jarrett. Let's go.
I'm into it.
As we've completely gone off the rails with Toby Keith, Bobby, what's his name? I don't know. Ricky Bobby Keith.
Toby Keith, Ricky Bobby, and Chris Jericho. That sounds like the schism to me.
There's so much going on.
Honestly, they should hire Shanky back, give him the Amish roadkill gimmick. I'm here for it, man. Honestly, Amish Shanky
should be what's his name? The original follower of Bray Wyatt, Eli Cottonwood. You remember that guy?
I do.
Man, good times. He'd be Amish roadkill. He'd fit the bill for that. So Ed, last shot before we let you go.
Toby Keith's in the schism.
Wait, someone write this.
He's just saying it.
Yeah.
All
right, Ed.
Last shot.
Yeah, last shot.
Yeah, Darby Allin sucks.
All right, well, that's how Ed's gonna end. You're cut off. He loves Darby Allin. He loves this. I mean, I don't really hate Darby Allin, but I just think he's the worst. Hey, it's been an interesting one.
We had some new friends. We had Zach Ruby, again, wrestler, Jersey boy, friend of the show. Follow him on all the things. We're going to try to get him back. He's got a big show in August. But again, and then our regulars, Steven and Ed, we love them.
Yeah.
All our new friends. You know, you never going to know who's going to show up at happy hour.
Yeah, so chime on in. We want to hear from all of you. Bunch of new people in. Hit the old like and share. One more time for Ed. Hit the old like and subscribe. The old Samoan spike on the like and subscribe. But it's been a good one. We are, as we're taping this right now, about 21 minutes exactly out of SmackDown, the go-home show for
They're in Scotland. They're in Scotland.
Yeah, they're in. Yeah, but I anticipate, obviously, just like most PLEs, as they like to call it, but they're pay-per-views. You still pay for them. Mm-hmm. But I anticipate everyone who's wrestling tonight is not really on the card tomorrow. So it's probably going to be a bunch of rando, as you like to say, randos. rando matches.
We'll find out in 20 minutes, kids.
But yeah, it'll be a fun one. Let's see. Is there any other comments to get to before we get out of here? Ed's just being ridiculous. Toby Keith, Chris Jericho, Amish Shanky, and Jeff Jarrett is a real interview. I don't even know how to comment. I don't even know how to respond to some of Ed's comments anymore. But it's been a fun one. We appreciate you all for coming in. So we're back here for everyone who's new, chiming in. Thank you for joining us. We love having you. We're back here Sunday at 5. So mark your calendars. We're going to post it. But if you hit the subscribe and like buttons, well, really subscribe first, then like, you'll get alerts to the show on Sunday as we recap Clash at the Castle, and where I anticipate Drew McIntyre being the new world champion. Nikki disagrees, but regardless, join us Sunday at 5 for our recap show, or special pay-per-view, not PLE pay-per-view, recap show. But till next time, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here. Bye.